Hi.
Hi. So the
Hi, thanks, Ahir. Thanks for having me, CTV.
yes, we will talk the current issue of this economic situation in the United States. So the Fed has again chosen
Uh,
to raise its benchmark rate by 3/4 of a percentage point. So how much of an impact will this have on the economy from your point of view?
okay. So first of all, Fed is taking the measures they can to bring the inflation down to their 2% objective goal and to sustain the strong labor market, which remain extremely tight right now. And then also focusing on restoring the price stability in the US because they said that it's like the bedrock of the economy. So ripple effect of this inflation started because of the COVID into 2020. So they have a supply chain issues in a big way. At the same time, there's higher unemployment. I don't take the unemployment numbers that we were given on the face value because if we look at the total adult working population in the US and look at the labor participation rate, also that the time around there was a geopolitical tensions between Russia and Ukraine pushing oil gas around the highest at the first half in March. Brent crude got up to like 131.06 US dollar per barrel. So that has made an upper pressure on inflation in US and globally. So by seeing the market slowing in the second quarter and it's slowing demand on consumer spending, housing in the second quarter and in overall growth, the slowdown in the second half is definitely notable by the Fed. But however, we can take a step back and like focus on the positive notes in terms of inflation. Like I see the first positive is that gasoline prices have started to decline, having U.S. Government interventions of releasing 1 million barrels per day of its petroleum reserve. It's helped reduce price by 60 cents per gallon in total. So the other positive is U.S. yield also have started to decline. The labor market is moving back into balance, backed with the labor supply. So that demand is growing strong. So probability dictates that after down in the first half by 8 to 20%, that the odds are it's going to be better for the US economy in the second half. That's what I
Right.
see.
Okay, all right. So yeah, we can say that you have still an optimistic point of view in this situation. So our next question, Kezia, was the Fed's decision based on a 40 years high or for
Mm.
decades in U.S. inflation at 9.1%? What is your opinion on it?
Yeah, absolutely. So with inflation in June, CPI reading was much too high at like 9.1% as the background. So Fed has managed to raise by another three-quarter of its percentage point they made by last June. So this is the second 75 BPS increase they've made in order to bring the inflation down to their 2% objective goals and sustain a strong labor market because they want to restore the price stability and definitely it's like the bedrock of the economy. So by doing that, Powell also stated that the pace to increase rate will depend on the upcoming data that they will watch closely, such as PCE. PCE is like personal consumption expenditures price index. It's excluding the food and energy data. So this is one of composed core inflation numbers also evolving. Also, they're going to see the evolving outlook on the economy. So while another large increase could be appropriate in the coming meeting based on the coming data that they got now and then. So we may anticipate like another increase by their 20 to 21st September FOMC meetings
Right. So
8 weeks
yeah,
now.
many believe
Yeah.
that theoretically raising rates would leave the public borrowing and spending less, which in turn would cool down the economy. So, actually, is there a danger, though, that high rates will also halt economic activities and eventually affect growth?
Yeah. So like we see like by the 28 consecutive days strong in the yield value as the Treasury 10 and Treasury 30 year yield note up, and then DXY to its top performance and peaked at the 109 back in the 14th of July this month. It was like in anticipation of the previous July 26th to 27th Fed meeting before. That's why we see the volatility into the market being there and really present. And then after that is like the tension is slowly gone. It's not like gone, but like we see after the decisions taken by the Fed to raise their interest rate for like 75 BPS. So I think it's like gonna be like suited, making the economy like people are seeing it more better economy for now.
Right. So my next question, it is important for us because it's related to Indonesia. So will the Fed's decision impact Indonesia? Since we know the rest of the world always pay attention to the Fed's decision. What is the impact for Indonesia?
So our rupiah now is like strengthening to break from the 14,900 rupiahs to 14,800-ish, like 68 something. Now, that's proof that Indonesia is quite resilient to the U.S. technical recessions and in the current volatile market conditions. So I'm saying like Indonesia is back with the domestically investors that is like, and the data that is like shown in Indonesia is also good. So we are quite resilient to the recessions that happens in the U.S. right now.
All right, so hopefully it's a good trend for Indonesia. So
Okay.
we think that will Bank Indonesia then also raise its benchmark after maintaining the rate in the last meeting?
Same with the Fed and the major central banks, like European central banks. They also like raise their rates, right? And then in July 21st, so by 50 BPS. And our central banks are also going to watch closely on our core inflation number. The core inflation number is going to schedule to release by next Monday. So then by its reading, they will decide which best monetary policy to apply in their upcoming 22nd to 23rd August meeting. But by the statement of our finance minister, Sri Mulyani, our 7-day reserve repo rate may be raised up to 100 BPS by third quarter to the end of 2022. So based on the domestic global inflationary sentiment that is being a major focus to tame right now, by that I will see like a raise to 50 BPS is now expected, but we need to wait and see the core inflation next Monday.
All right, Kezia.
Like yeah.
Yes, thank you very much for your fruitful, insightful elaboration on this matter. Unfortunately, we don't have much time for now, and hopefully that we can
Thank
discuss
you.
more, including the issue of inflation in Indonesia. Thank you very much, Kezia. Bye.